Talk about the equipment that you need teaching ESL online. If you think you need an expensive setup to teach ESL online, you don't. I'm going to stop you right there. You definitely don't, and you don't need to go out and buy all these brand new fancy things. A lot of teachers overthink the equipment before they've even started. But we're going to talk about the basic beginner-friendly setup that you actually need and what can wait until you've decided, yeah, teaching ESL is definitely what I want to do. Hi, I'm Catherine and I'm from the OET. I help support people, especially mums, start and succeed with an online ESL teaching career that they can do flexibly around their family. Let's start with the basics, the non-negotiable, what you need to actually teach from home. Well, the first thing, of course, is you need a device. Generally, most online ESL companies want you to teach from either a computer or a laptop. A lot of the companies, there are a few that do let you, but a lot of the companies do not like you to teach from an iPad and definitely do not let you teach from a phone. A laptop or computer is preferable. Ideally, you'll have one that is not more than 5 or 6 years old because computers, and especially laptops, the technology quickly gets behind versus what digitally is available. So when you have a very old device and you're running a new app, for example, then there's a lag involved and they don't quite fit, they don't work, the app will freeze, and the computer or device is just not up to spec. So it's really important that, especially if you're considering teaching ESL online, that your device is not older than 5 or 6 years. We want our video calls to run smoothly. We want our students to have a really positive learning experience. And when the video and your mouth movements don't line up, then it is a distraction in class. And alongside that, not just the device, but internet is really important too. It's vital that you have a reliable connection versus super fast speeds. We want a stable connection so that we're not coming in and out of class, in and out, because again, that's not a good positive experience for our students. And it's likely then that the student's going to cancel their classes with us, ask for a refund, and want another teacher who does have more reliable connection in class. Then our last non-negotiable is to have a quiet teaching space. It doesn't have to be super professional, but it does need to be quiet. We need to have no distractions involved. Make sure it's not messy. You've not got dirty pots or laundry around you or behind you. Have that quiet teaching space where you can focus on the class. You don't have distractions and it's not distracting for your students. Now, next up, let's talk about the audio equipment because this is also really important. We are teaching online. Our students need to be able to hear us and we need to be able to hear them at all times. It's very good to have a headset that incorporates a microphone. When you have a headset, and I'm not talking about those really teeny tiny earphones, I'm talking a professional, think almost a gamer's headset. You have clear sound and it's really good for you to hear your students' pronunciation clearly. But also, if you have a headset that has the microphone attached to it as well, it's clear for your students to hear and it's a better learning experience for them. Plus, when you use a headset, often headsets, especially if you're thinking about a professional gaming type headset, often they come with background noise minimization. So what that means is that if you do have some noise, I don't know, maybe somebody's mowing the lawn outside, that's quite distracting and it can be a very loud noise coming into your class. It's something you can't control, it just happens. But when you're wearing a headset and you have the microphone attached, it automatically will minimize that background noise so that the focus is on what you're saying to your students. So it's a less negative experience for your students in class. So a headset is very important. Next, we have our lighting. Now, lighting again isn't something we can always control. Ideally, you'll be in a position where you have natural light. So if you can sit somewhere that's in front of a window, rather than having your back to the window, because what will happen is if the window is behind you, the light will shine onto the webcam directly, and it will actually cause you to be darkened. Whereas if you have the window in front of you, so you're facing the window rather than the camera, it means that that natural light is going to hit your face, and then that's going to make it a better visual for your students in class, so they can see you a lot clearer. If you're in somewhere where you don't have access to natural lighting, that's okay too. You could use a desk lamp or a ring light even behind your webcam, so that your students can see you clearly. You don't have to go out and spend, I don't know, several $100s on these fancy photography lights. You don't need anything like that. Just a small, simple desk lamp or ring light will be just fine. Then we've been talking about a webcam, right? It's really important that you have a good, decent webcam. Most of the devices, like your laptop, will come with a webcam already. And the quality of the webcam, although it's not brilliant, it's not HD quality, it is suffice for you to get started when you're teaching ESL online. The importance is that you aren't blurry, there's a clear visual that your students can see, they're able to see your mouth movements as well within the webcam, and that you have it set up so that it's at eye level, it's a stable, so it's not shaky surface. So it's a good positive experience still for your students. You do not have to go out and buy an expensive external webcam at this stage. You're just getting started. So these are the things at the very beginning of your career that are essential, and the other things like the external webcam can wait till later on. So something extra that could benefit your classes, and I do recommend, but they again are optional, especially if budget is quite minimal right now. These are just optional, nice things to have. So one could be a whiteboard. So when I was teaching live classes, I had a miniature whiteboard. So not one of these really big ones, but a small mini handheld whiteboard that I could maybe write the student's name on, or if we were practicing phonics, I would write down the small words and highlight different letter sounds that we were focusing on, things like that. Or you could even use it as a reward system with some magnets. Some flashcards, a nice set of A to Z flashcards would be great as well. Again, not necessary, but helpful in class. And your background, if you aren't in a space where you have a nice neutral plain background, maybe you're in a small environment, there's lots of furniture or belongings around you, it could be a good idea to get a simple background that's plain that can go behind you. You can get these fold out room dividers, that could go behind you. You could use a plain board behind you, like a presentation board, or even a shower curtain. You could hang up a shower curtain behind you that maybe has a map of the world on it. Something really simple and plain, but that's tidy and neat and not distracting in your class. But obviously the most important element is you. You are the most important part of your lesson, not the props, not the extra resources. It's you as the teacher and your energy. Now, things you don't have to think about just yet, but are really great bonuses for later down the line. Expensive cameras. I would never recommend paying out hundreds of dollars on something that's not necessary. When it comes to your webcam, your computer device is absolutely fine. If you don't have a suitable webcam, then you can often find some cheaper versions of webcams online that you could use instead, and they just plug into your device as a USB plug-in. I like the Logitech brand. I've used them literally since I started in 2017, and I just find them fantastic. So that's what I would recommend. But again, it's not necessary when you're just starting out. These are upgrades that are optional later down the line. A microphone. You have your microphone attached to your headset. You don't need to go out and buy an external microphone. But later down the line, if you've decided, teaching is definitely for me, or maybe you want to make some YouTube videos alongside as an additional income stream, that's when you could upgrade to an external webcam as well. And I'll share links to what I use below. Then there's things like your paid software subscriptions. You're working with an online ESL company. You do not need to pay for things such as Zoom or Loom as video software. There are free options for both of those. You don't have to pay for them because all of this will be provided with your company. So you'll be teaching either via a Zoom subscription that your company offers or through their own independent teaching platform. So you don't have to worry about those things either. So make sure that you're not spending extra money unnecessarily when you're just getting started. It might be that a couple of months in, you've decided actually teaching ESL online is not for me at all. And if you've spent out hundreds of dollars on new things, you're left out of pocket with these pieces of equipment that you're not going to use. So I don't recommend going out buying things right away. Focus on the minimum requirements of what you need. You need good lighting. You need a headset with a microphone. You need some sort of camera. Usually the one that's already built into your laptop is absolutely sufficient enough. You need a clean space that's quiet and a suitable background to be professional in your lessons. You need to bring yourself to the class. And then anything else is just extra on top of that. So don't upgrade until you know, yeah, teaching ESL is for me and I would like to improve X, Y, Z for my lessons. Now, if you did want a full beginner checklist, I have got you covered. Inside my free mini ESL teacher toolkit membership, you will find equipment checklists, some setup tips, what to do, what not to do, and the roadmap of what I recommend people start and then grow into for their online teaching career. I'll see you inside. Thanks, friends. Bye.